Hello, today we are breaking down all preconceptions about Yareli Warframe. Yareli doesn't suck. There are definitely much better warframes out there, but that doesn't mean that Yareli is an unplayable warframe. I have designed a playable build on Steel Path for those who want to play it with its theme and good looks, so we'll be putting an end to the Yareli Warframe that's lingering inside of you. Yareli is basically a warframe that deals damage with her cold stat, but her third ability, Aqua Blades, deals the game's most awesome DPS/damage. Thanks to the Surging Blades augment, Yareli is now playable. First of all, Yareli is definitely not a warframe for the early game. Of course it will be destructive at low levels, but you can find much more nuke warframes at low levels. For this reason, I recommend Yareli mostly for Steel Path missions. Thanks to the synergy we have established with Yareli, its efficiency has increased considerably and also the survival aspect has definitely reached endgame level. With the Yareli'S ability, we jump into your drivable K-drive equipment and gain exactly 90% damage reduction. So we ignore 90% of the incoming damage. But since Yareli is basically a warframe with no durability, will not survive as long as the bullets hit. Your K-drive also has a certain amount of health. Thanks to the Yareli'S Guardian augment, Yareli'S will regenerate some health when you kill enemies affected by your first ability, Sea Snares, which will constantly trigger the survival aspect. In addition, enemies that are marked and levitated with the Sea Snares ability will lose their durability against damage at a certain rate depending on the strength of this ability. Thus, we will be slicing very powerful enemies like any dessert. Our Riptide ability is the most effective crowd control ability that makes Yareli playable, but it's a pretty poor one. But since we can't use other abilities on the K-drive, I chose not to include it on the helmet. At this point, when using the Riptide ability, I don't wait for it to expire, I cancel it myself and reactivate it, turning it into a recurring mini vortex ability. Let's talk about the ability where we do our main damage. The Aqua Blades ability works in a very simple logic as follows. During the time we activate it, as much damage is stacked as we deal damage. This stacked damage increases the damage dealt by the blades. We also activate our third ability again and throw these blades forward. These blades deal damage at the rate of the stacked damage, and this is really devastating. In the gameplay, it will be enough to play like this. You must always be durable by moving on Yareli'S. You should also throw your Sea Snares ability at the enemies you collect with Riptide. By spamming your Aqua Blades ability, you should accumulate /stat on enemies. Then you should apply status effects with the pistol in your hand. The number of enemies that can survive in this way will definitely be 0. If we look at the build, we use Growing Power as Aura mod, so the damage we stack with our Aqua Blades ability will be much higher. We use Speed Drift as Exilis mod because we are spamming our third ability. For the Aqua Blades ability we use 128% duration, which is quite enough. We don't need efficiency because with Equilibrium mode, Energize Arcane and Archon Flow, we don't need efficiency with our 750 point energy pool. We reduced our range to 145% because we can pick up enemies more easily with the Riptide ability. With the Aqua Blades ability, we don't need excessive ability power as we deal damage by stacking. At this point, 155% will be enough. Adaptation will be a must-have mod to increase our stamina. Also, if we don't have Arcane Blessing, we should definitely use Vitality. Saturday.